everybody, it's Sam Amico here with another edition of Hoops Wire Live from 330 to go. Coming to you as the Cavs have won 5 straight games. And, you know, this is no longer just Hoops Wire Live with Sam Amico. It's now Hoops Wire Live with Sam Amico and Booby Gibson. So glad to have you back for a third straight week. We're recording from the Big Play Studios in Burke Lakefront Airport that Rafa, our full-court Cleveland host, can never say. So that's really my one skill.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
Booby, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. After last night, I'm still kind of floating on a cloud. It was real nostalgic last night, so much so I still got the jersey on. I'm still in the vibe, still feeling the vibes.
That's awesome. Let's talk about that first.
Yeah.
You know, last night, obviously, LeBron got a little emotional.
Yeah.
You were on the tribute video.
It messed me up. It messed me up, man. I was sitting up there in the Legend Suite with a couple of the other guys, and I didn't even. We talk about how much that time meant, but watching it and realizing, dang, I was a 19-year-old rookie, no tattoos, no facial hair, just so innocent but so hungry. Yeah. And then for us to fight, and then I just remember that Game 5, watching him on the floor and just feeling like a true fan. I was like, I wanted the ball, but at the same time, I was just enjoying the show because once that switch flipped that night, that was when I was like, man, Michael Jordan was my favorite player of all time. But it won't be for long, you know, after watching what that guy was doing that night. And then obviously we followed that up with Game 6. And then he kind of shared that in the post-game presser about how that Game 6 where we remember how outside the fans was all in the streets, and it was just a moment the first time that we got to that final. So it hit me too 20 years ago having those moments shared with this city. Yeah,
and you know, if you weren't at the game or didn't have a chance to see, they really celebrated more even than the 2016 season was the 2007 season, which was the Cavs' first season ever going to the finals.
Yeah, these jerseys right here.
Those jerseys right there. And, you know, that kind of leads me to my next question. Yeah. I will get to the Cavs in a second.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, obviously, as a guy who's never played in the NBA and just covered it, I never knew how this worked. Did you just get, like, unlimited gear from the Cavs during your playing days? I mean, was it like they were just throwing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. I mean, when you at the gym, you got the locker that you could go in, the equipment room that you could go in if you need to grab something, anything, jackets, shoes, whatever.
Cavs gear.
Unlimited supply. If you're on the team, you can ask for it. Ask and you shall receive. Dan Gilbert takes care of us quite nicely.
Okay.
For sure.
So what'd you do, like, after a game, what'd you do with your uniform? Just leave it in your locker and they wash it for you?
Yeah, we have our guys. We put it in a little thing, and we drop it on the floor. And those guys, they come in, grab them up, get us together. And some of them, like, if you have a great game or something, there might be one where you sign it and send it to the NBA office or send it to wherever for them to do what they do with it. But, yeah, for the most part, they take care of us pretty nice.
Nice. Did you get to, like, keep game-worn stuff?
Absolutely, and that's kind of what you kind of got to do on your own. Even like my first bucket, I got that ball. My first jersey. So certain ones you'll keep for your own memorabilia to kind of store up and stock. And Cobra, Mark Cashman is my guy with the Cavs, man. Shout out to Cobra. Yeah, he always made sure that those moments to remember, he made sure we always had the equipment to keep those memories.
That's nice. So, all right. Cavs have won 5 in a row, 12 of 16, I believe.
Yes, sir.
They're right back in the Eastern Conference race. Detroit's got a little bit of a cushion there, but other than that, I think heading into this West Coast trip, they're a game out of second.
Yeah.
You know, when everybody was ready to burn it down at one point, the fans and some of my viewers and readers. What do you think's behind this recent surge? Obviously, you know, beat the Lakers 30 points, no Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley, no Max Strus. You know,
I was going to say, it's not like we got healthy.
Right.
Right. We still lost more guys. Man, the emergence of, I got to give Spider his love. I feel like we talk about him a lot, but he should be talked about that much because I feel like he's taking it to another gear. He understands that guys are down. The Orlando game, I saw the switch flip. Last night he has his moments. And again, we talked about it last week. The young guys are being ready for their moment. You know, Tomlin comes into the game ready. Jalen Tyson has had the 39 and 25 and all that along this stretch. So these guys showing that they're ready to play. And again, I go back to Donovan Mitchell not being selected as a starter on that All-Star team.
Yeah.
I want that to continue to be motivation for him to be relentless, attacking that rim, attacking that paint, and letting the league know, putting the league on notice that he's the best two guard in the game.
Yeah, and I think that during this stretch, you could already make the case for that.
Yes, sir.
But during this stretch, I'm just like, gosh, Donovan Mitchell. And even last night, you know, he had, 23 points. Obviously, they didn't need him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, he seems like he's taking it to another level. And
when we
the players around him, right, are playing better. The younger guys are giving the Cavs suddenly more than I think that even maybe they themselves expected.
Right, yeah. And I know it's one thing to put in the work and have expectations for yourself, but in this league, it's tough. You wait for your opportunities, they don't come. So for both of these guys, all these guys to be having that success now is only going to bode well for us coming down the stretch when when we get a little bit more healthy and we got our guys on the floor. Kenny can look down that bench and not be afraid to put any one of those guys in any moment, knowing that they'll be ready to step up to the challenge, step up to the plate.
Right, and that seems to be really what's gone on during this winning streak is that these young guys have kind of taken it to a level that maybe they didn't even see coming. But all right, you know, now as a former NBA player, obviously trade deadline season. You know, how does that? We've heard, We've heard some names involved with the Cavs. I don't think there's anything concrete, but just how does that impact you? You know, for the Cavs, they're going to be on the West Coast during the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So how does that, you know,
I got blessed.
I don't remember if you were ever in any rumors or not. Probably everybody hits it.
I got blessed to not be in a ton of them, but again, you can't avoid it in this league. It was one time I remember I was at All-Star Weekend. It was my contract year. And none other than Kobe Bryant walks right behind me, taps me on the back and say, I could use another shooter over here, another sniper. And to me, that was my championship right there. I was like, can't nobody else tell me nothing about my game because Kobe want me on his team. But to think about the process of the trade deadline, you can act like it don't matter, but it do. You know, you don't, when you playing games, you don't think about it. But if a guy that's like on the fringe or just wanting more minutes or wanting more opportunities, it can't help but motivate you. And if things aren't going right, it can't help but weigh on you. I know as players, you're going to give the politically correct answer to the media, but it's a reason why guys' point averages go up doing that year. And then there's a reason why some of them go down. It's a lot of pressure on guys to try to perform around that trade deadline.
Yeah. And I can remember one time when were you on the team were you still here when Jarrett Jack was here?
No, that was actually the year that I left.
The year after.
Yeah.
I remember walking in the hallway one time, walking out there and saw David Griffin talking to Jarrett Jack, and they were like face to face and like, you know, just having a very private conversation. So I just kept walking by like I didn't see him. And then, like, within the hour, I found out Jarrett Jack had been traded.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I'm
man.
Just like, wow, that's how it goes down.
And it's also the energy that you feel sometimes, right? You in the locker room, and maybe there's a guy on your team that don't want to be there, right? And so you can feel his energy around the room of like, you know, kind of just waiting for that ball to drop. And so, yeah, it's a tough time. And then once February 5th passes, everybody just there's that collective sigh of relief because you just don't know. Yeah. You don't know. You could think that you safe, but we saw last year with Luka. Nobody's safe in this league if a team feels like they can get better in that moment.
Yeah. And how, you know, you obviously played with guys who got traded.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you last year and this year, I just had so much fun covering that team. So many great personalities, so many guys that, you know, were just fun to be around in the locker room. And then I walk in after trade deadline, and I'm like, really? No more George Yang? He kept us. I mean, we told jokes. We told stupid jokes to each other. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's just a writer relationship with him as opposed to a teammate.
Yeah.
You know, how does that work when
Man, the business of basketball can really sometimes take the joy out of it for you.
Yeah.
You know, because you realize that it doesn't matter how good you play, perform. If it's not working out for the team in that moment, then they'll trade you. And it says nothing about, you know, who you are, and you got to figure out what's next from there. And so I just think you just grow tough skin. You tend to stop taking it personal and start to go into these things understanding that, you know, it's just a part of the business. But it sucks because coming in my first year, I had Larry Hughes and Eric Snow and all these old guys that was kind of giving me the game. But then that next year or two, they were all gone too, you know. And so I feel like those were the guys that was teaching me. But again, you learn the rites of passage. You learn how the NBA ebbs and flows. And you realize that, anybody can get traded and anybody can go anytime. Yeah,
and it's not an insult either because it means some other team wants the guy. Yeah. You know, and they're
take it personal. You can't help but feel a way. If a team lets you go. But to your point, a lot of times it's the other team saying, we want him to.
We're going to give you whatever we can. I know if I were a player and I got traded, I'd be like super mad at the return.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all they got for me? You know, that's where I would be.
Right, because that'll tell you a little bit of what they think about you. You got some guy get traded for a bag of chips and a hot pocket. You like, wait, nah, but I think that's the part that you kind of take personally. You see guys, when they play that team in the future, they play with a little more chip on their shoulder, a little more hungry because of moments like that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I saw George when he came back to town. Now, of course, since last February, he was traded to the Hawks, then the Celtics, and then the Jazz. Yeah. And obviously, I'm clearly obsessed with gear because I said, did you get gear from every one of those teams?
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, you need some? Let me know. I got all kinds of Celtics gear. I was there for a week.
Yeah, man. You go in there, man. It's unlimited supply, man. All you can eat.
I got to tap into that. That's my next business.
Yes, sir.
Finding more gear. You know, I don't really even wear any. So
yeah. I don't know. What size are you? Large? They said they double X tall tees and them things.
Yeah, right. No, nothing that's going to fit me. Yeah. So, all right. So as far as last question here, Cavs have really, I mean, this has been their peak at this point of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 5 in a row and finding ways to winning in Orlando. They've been playing well on the road. Now they're going on the West Coast.
Yep.
They've got a long, and this can be challenging. You're in a different city. Phoenix Friday, I think Sacramento and Portland and the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Yeah.
When you're going on these trips, you know, and you got a good thing going, you know, what do you want to take away as a team from this trip? Not more than wins and losses.
Yeah. Principles. You want to keep working on building that, establishing that mentality. Because I know we talk about us building and we not being at our peak yet. We at the peak of our powers. We don't have the peak of our players, right? So we can't put too much into what happens with wins and losses. But to your point, it's the mentality of how we play and our approach to every one of these games, because we're going to be in tough fights. We're going to be on the road. We're not going to have the Cleveland faithful behind us to bring us to not start the game good and try to come back in the fourth quarter. We're not going to have that. And so it's just going to teach us good habits of how to play on the road, how to understand momentum on the road, right? You don't want to allow the fans to get into it by taking bad shots. There's a lot of things that go into winning on the road as well that this trip will be good for the guys. But again, I want us to continue to get better so that if we're blessed to get our full cast of characters at the end, we got the right mentality and we got young guys playing confident because they've been given opportunities this whole time to make mistakes. And that's what I love about when I see Jalen Tyson, Craig, Tomlin. They play free. And that's a testament to Kenny and what he's been able to establish here. So, I just hope we got good training staff to get these guys back on the floor and at the right time, we playing at our best.
Yeah. Well, the Cavs are on the West Coast. Booby, do you stay up late and watch these games?
I'm a basketball fanatic, and I really don't sleep. I got the bar 4 TV set up. I got the college, the NBA, the women's. It's
Nice.
it nonstop for me, and so I usually stay up and catch them all.
The Fourth TV's Hoops Wire Live.
Yes, sir.
On
There you
YouTube.
go. Yeah, especially now that we got a new co-host. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta get it out there. Yeah.
I'm very excited that you've decided to.
Well, you know,
That's
I
just
tell
such a
you,
fun-
my guy, we came in rookies together. We got a lot of synergy. We had a show here, so it's only right we keep building and we just keep tapping in with the
Yeah.
fans. You know, we
Right.
keep letting them having these conversations, barbershop talk. And if they got questions for me, if they shoot them to you, you can shoot them to me.
Yeah,
And we can
that's
do
a good
that on the
idea.
show
We'll,
too.
we'll have an Ask Booby segment. at some
Yeah.
point.
Start
Yeah.
a little story time.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was telling somebody last night, 2006-07 was the first year, my first year, and I told them that yours too.
Yep.
And I said, the amazing thing about that is both of us are so much better looking now than we were then, and we were good looking then. So,
Talk to him that part, man, because I don't know who that little kid was. And why did I not have facial hair? What was going? I had like the thinnest little mustache. Yeah, I was like 185. Those were tough years for you, boy.
well, we've come a long way. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, thanks so much for joining, and we will be back with you next week. I'm guessing Booby will be back with us if he's available, and see what happens on this West Coast trip.